Oh, it was so relaxing.
That was relaxing. Then right when the music ends, I was like, I think I need to cough.
Oh, yeah, that
Like,
would it.
you
That
just
would
had
be an
90
issue.
seconds, and I'm like, nope, don't cough then.
No, there you go. Well, that would have been a nice entry. Like this, no problem. You know,
Well,
yeah.
when you're like getting ready to go, you're like, I need a drink. I need to, like, I don't know.
True. I've got to say that the last 5 minutes before a stream are the most stressful ever. Like, no matter how prepared I think I am, I'm not. I'm just not. You know. Eh,
Yeah. Well, and
yeah.
I always, there's always like one odd thing I forgot. I'm like, oh, my computer's set up. And then I'm like, where are my headphones?
Oh God, yes, like it's like yeah. No, I panic a lot. Like it's worse though if I've got like at least with this one, like it's kind of it, it's a little more relaxing because like I don't have what
Presentation or anything.
presentation to worry about. Like I don't got this whole big notepad full of facts over here that I got to check or anything like that. It's nice. It's relaxing. I love it because it's such a great. I look at Sunday now as the start of my week
See, that's fantastic.
because I want to come into it like this. Although I did have a little bit of a stress this morning because I did the challenge, with Culture Cats and Charlie Welsh, and it was about short stories. And man, did they knock it out of the park. Both of those gentlemen can write like a mofo. Like they're creative and very good. And Cats is published and Charlie is like a medium even. He has such an eye for detail, such a memory. They did so good, but I think I held my own. Like I had some help with editing, and everything. I ran it by a few people. And everybody, I just loved the whole collaborative part of it. They just made it so much better, you know. And it was kind of fun. Usually I freak out and get hives, like before something like that. But it was fun. It was it was a good Sunday. That's all I have to say.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm going to
Mm.
have to go listen to everybody's story.
Yeah, they were good. YouTube was having such a problem, um, like it was like buffering on more than one stream. Culture Cats did like two streams in an upload, and everything was buffering. And every channel we went and checked this morning, they were all buffering. It was crazy. Like something was going on. They were doing some kind of edit or some kind of change. I don't know. But it was kind of crazy. Yeah. Hey,
That's
Mrs.
odd.
C. Hello, Cassandra. It's good to see you. Happy Sunday. Mm.
Happy Sunday, everyone.
Yes, Karen. Like, yes, I
Which
agree
is
with
such a
you.
bummer. I
Yes,
didn't really
yeah,
watch YouTube yet today.
yeah. So you're having a different kind of Sunday. What's with that? Like, you've been just.
I stayed up too late. So
Gee, I might have known something about that. Like, I do believe I saw you first thing in the morning, but I do agree because, like, you and I both went to bed really late. Like, I stayed up for that stream and I didn't go to sleep until after. So, and then I didn't really get a lot of sleep, but I did sleep a little bit here and there. Enough
yeah,
that
I slept a little, but then even when I got up, I was not the most active.
mm-hmm.
Because I made myself get up. I'm like, if I sleep all day, I'll stay up all night again. So
Yep.
instead, I just got up and I don't know, sat on the
Mm-hmm.
couch, was not
Yep.
active.
Yep. Thank you for the orders in the strawberries, Ricker. I hope you're having a good day too. And Mrs. Cassandra, thank you for the otters. Otters are always welcome. The otters are my happy like thing. Like you toss an otter at me and I squeal. I'm like, oh, it's good. Yeah.
I never had much thought about otters until I started hanging out over here.
Yeah.
And every otter story you guys tell, I love.
Yeah. We have a lot of them. Like I admit to being utterly obsessed. Because
I
like
just
eh,
I just love the otter attitude where they're like, surfer, get off of my lawn. They
yeah,
take
like
your
right, yeah.
surfboard or
Yeah, get lost. Yeah, there you go. Or the one the thief that was stealing the koi in the pond, like 100,000 pounds. Like that was
he's my
pretty.
favorite.
He
He's
is.
like, I love this new buffet you guys
Eh,
put in.
yeah, and he was just doing orderly kind of things. This is the way to start, Mrs. Cassandra, on a Sunday, right? I've been napping and watching anime. You know, that is probably a really great way to start the day. I like it. And I want to talk to you about some more anime too. Oh, but yeah. Hey, Cat Ninja. Nice to see you. Hello.
Ninja cat ninja.
Yeah, nice to see you. We all hope you're having a nice day too, Wrecker. Look at that. Everybody's being so damn cool and calm and nice. Like, y'all, yeah,
It's that
this is
kind of
good. I like
mood in
it.
the air. It's
Yeah.
Halloween. It just turned like fall weather here. It was 85 on Friday, and then now it is 45, 43,
Is
according to
it?
my computer. And
It's
it's been
still.
raining since Friday. It just feels like fall.
Here you go. I'm telling you, like it's only 56 here, but it was really warm yesterday, like 80 degrees. And then it like, and the day before that, it was in the 40s. Like I can't keep up. Karen says her daughter and they send each other otter videos and pics back and forth. There are some really cute things. Like sometimes they're so damn adorable, you just can't help but smile, like when they're doing their cute thing.
See, I'm
Otters.
kind of sucker for any little animal video.
Mhm. Mhm. Especially when they're like doing like adorable things and being all like, when they're playing, like otters know how to live. Like when they play, they play. Okay. And I will admit, people also send me the bad videos. Like when otters fight or they're mean, they're mean. Like that, whatever they do it 100%. You gotta, you gotta respect the otter for that. You know.
You do have to respect that. They're like, don't mess with me.
Mm,
Also, let's have a great time.
yep. Poor Wrecker. Oh, Mrs. Cassandra, it's been cold on the on wow, on the north coast. Over there on the west coast too. Wow, it's been cold. Right. Wrecker's covered in fiberglass. That's a look.
That sounds
It's like
itchy and
yeah.
miserable.
Because they he's 17 hours ahead, so like it's Monday there already. So yeah, I don't like Mondays. I feel for you. I do.
Ooh, Karen, what are you beating?
Raining here most of the day. Oh, I is it like one of those beaded pictures or is it like a jewelry or you're making something? Mousy said it snowed in Colorado already. Wow. Hmm.
Well, I mean, it is like
It
days
is.
away from November.
It is. I know. Don't remind me. It's like why time is going so fast, isn't it? Like
It
I don't know.
really is. I'm like, oh my. Like, I was thinking
Oh.
about that today. I'm like, I have not accomplished this year what I
Mm-hmm.
set out to.
Yeah. Mrs. C says it's cold where she is. Fish Nerd says it's only 37. I expect it to be cold up by you. Do you have snow yet, Fish? Like I won't. And Karen says what she's making is Native American earrings. That sounds really lovely.
It does.
Yes. She said they're for our veterans.
Veterans
Feast,
Feast silent.
feast silent auction. That is so cool. I commend you for that. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah. Oh, I love people that make things with their hands and like donate them for charities and do stuff like that. The creative people, you know. Just,
Yeah, I wish I
mm.
was creative and artistic. I am not.
Oh, oh, Mousy, do you let the cat out in the snow? Like, is he really going to get to experience it? Like, I never used to let my cats out too much. I mean, sometimes they would get out, but I never like they would just look at it through the window and be like, "Yeah, that doesn't look like anything I want to do."
My cat was part Maine Coon, and
Oh,
so they are built for snow, and I didn't know that. So
mhm,
like the first, I lived here, and I was taking my trash out, so I didn't close the door because it was snowing, and I'm like, oh, the cat won't run out. It's snowing,
mhm.
and he got out there and was gone. I mean, he was all the way down my. He was like, "This is amazing," and he had huge paws, so they were like little snowshoes, like he walked on top of the snow
Mm.
and he played out there for so long. He
Yeah,
loved it.
they have so much. I had one that was like a miniature one. I think he just looked like a Maine Coon cat because he was so small. Like, and he was just stray. He kind of adopted me. Like, I was sitting on the stoop outside my home when I lived closer to the shore in a little town called Ocean Grove in a little tiny dollhouse. And this cat come walking up the sidewalk crying and crying and put his head in my hand.
Oh,
Like, and he was just like, "Can you take care of me?" And I was like, he was so beautiful and he looked really well cared for. I figured he was somebody's cat, but it is like a little resort area. Like, so I think maybe he came for a visit with the everybody vacationing and they left without him. Like, because he was so well cared for. Either that or something happened with somebody that he got displaced somehow. And I'm sure he was well loved. He was so well cared for, and with all that long hair and everything, he was taken care of because, they get the,
yeah. You
fur
can tell a
balls.
homeless
Yeah.
cat versus a.
Yeah. And it just gorgeous. And he just cried. He did this little tiny, like a little tiny cry. It was really kind of sad, and he always kept it. He never like matured his cry to like a full grown cat. He was full grown, but he still cried like a little mew, like a baby. So I don't know. But anyway, we brought him in. We called him Buddy. He was our buddy. Yeah.
That's the cat distribution system. Have you heard that?
Mm-mm.
That's really cute. It's they're like, um, you don't have a cat. You walk outside, there's a kitten under the bush. That's the universe giving you a cat. So you've done
Oh,
something good. Now you have a cat. Or you
okay.
go to like adopt a cat, all of a sudden you have two cats.
I
That's
am
the
like
cat distribution system.
you know what? At one time when when I had my German Shepherd, this was like maybe 10 more than, gosh, quite some time ago. I had 5 cats at the time, and all of them except for one, we actually did get one cat. We went to a pet store, and there was this little Russian blue kitten, beautiful, the dark gray with the emerald green eyes, like a
Hmm.
purebred. But it was crazy. Like it was at the back of the store and they had it like right outside where the employees go into the back room and everything like that in a cage. And when I walked by, she grabbed me. Her name was Blue Kid, and she grabbed me. And it was like I've never paid for an animal before. I adopt, and this. I mean, I do pay like the rescue places
Right.
and stuff like that, but I never went to a pet store and bought anything. Like I'm so totally against it. But this cat grabbed me and was crying and wouldn't let go, and it was being all nice. And the one of the people that worked there, one of the young girl came up and she goes, "Oh my God." She said, "That cat attacks. Be careful. Like she'll rip you up. We can't even feed those two. Her and her brother are so crazy. We can't even feed them without getting ripped up." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like she purring and she would like snuggle in my arm and stuff. They were like, "You gotta take this cat. Like we will mark that cat down to like a quarter of what it is. Like you need to take that cat." And I wouldn't pay for the cat, and I left. I was heartbreaking because I thought it was gorgeous and the cat picked me. But I said, no, I can't, like in all good consciousness, I can't, because I'm a bit of a pedant that way about things that I believe I know it's silly,
Same.
but
No,
I
I agree.
okay. But here's the great part of the story. I go home and my daughter and my husband were there and they actually talked together. They put their money together. They went back and they bought that cat and brought it home for me.
Really?
Hmm. And that was Blue Kid. And then my daughter and I, the cat used to sleep on our necks, on top of our shoulder, on our neck. It would fall asleep with me. My daughter would sneak into my room and steal the cat to go sleep with her. Yeah, it was like we would do that back and forth. Who was the cat going to sleep with? But the cat lived a very long time and a very great life. And she was always a little skitty, but she just liked her food. She got along with the other cats. She ruled the house though, like she was queen. But it was a good story. Like they were wild. I don't know if the brother ever got adopted. I did ask later, and they say, and I couldn't really get too much information. So I think they gave him up or something. I don't know, but
Aw.
I was hoping he found a home. But apparently he was wild and tearing people up. Like, and I believe this girl because she had scratches all over her hands. Like I believe that she was actually getting hurt trying to feed these cats. They were just wild. Well, yeah, they were very skitty. Sometimes when animals are bred, like especially something as gorgeous as a Russian blue or these hybrid cats, they're gorgeous, but they get so much money for them that they just overbreed them and they just something goes wrong in their little heads. Like
Yes.
the same thing with
Well, and if
dogs.
they're
Yeah.
not like properly socialized when they're little, because like when I get a kitten, I mess with that kitten so much. I mean, pick it up, love it, flip it over. So if I ever have to look at its tummy, touch its paws, so I can like clip his little nails. I mean, I break
Yeah.
his constitution. I'm like, you
Yeah.
will let me do whatever I want to you.
Yeah. It is like really kind of, it is cool. They do need to be socialized. Like I know we had cats born outside the house, like right on my porch. We had another stray cat just decided our house was the house, you know, and we ended up homing all of the kittens except for one who was, you ever see a litter where they're all like normal size and one of them just comes out gigantic?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't look like any of the other ones.
Yes.
Like,
You're
like
like,
I,
are
I didn't,
you really from this
yeah,
litter?
we had an orange one, a black and white one, a little gray and white one. Then we had this big tabby one, like the regular, the dark colored tabbies, which is a average house cat, American house cat, right? 3 times the size of all the other ones. We called him Big Kitty. He's the only one we couldn't home. Like he ended up staying at our house. We kept him because,
Why
when
did no one want him? Because he was a big guy?
well, when you try to go and give away a little kitten and he already looks full grown, like it's a problem.
That's true.
Like they're like, that's not a kitten. There's a cat. What are you trying to pull here? I'm like, no, it's from the same litter, I swear. They're like, no, that's a cat. It's not a kitten. Like, no. You know how kittens are all like cute and like little, you can put them in your little hand. No, him. You needed 2 hands to pick him up.
Aw.
Yeah, so and then we used to tell stories like we were trying to figure out what happened. Like, did she really birth that cat, or did that cat just decide to be one of her kittens? Like to show,
Right.
like to
He like
show up.
his other
Yeah.
mom weaned him and he's like, I'm not over it.
I'm not over it. Like, I need to find me a new mommy. Like, the hell with that. And he went and found himself a new mommy because he wanted to do it all over again. But yeah, like, can you imagine? Because like he did not look like he belonged. Like he was the odd cat out for sure. Like,
I like that he's so big. See, my cat was real big too. And when you live with a cat, you forget that.
Yep.
And then when people would come to my door to like deliver something, they would always go, whoa, that cat's giant. I'm like, he's not that big.
Yeah. Cat Ninja is saying the nicest things about you, and now she's saying about Mousy. You're just lovely, Cat Ninja. That is so like spreading such nice, like good vibes like that. I'm glad you saw it. I was gonna pull it up, but I see that you saw it already because you answered. That's so cool. Yeah. Can we say this though? Let's see. It's Sunday. Let me practice for the week. Let's see. Sorry, Cat. I will put it up. Okay. Well, that's it. Oh, the wrong one. You are delightful, Mousy. You are delightfully splendoriferous and splendorifously delightful.
You're delightfully splendiferous.
Oh, splendiferous. Okay.
And splendiferously delightful.
And splendiferously. Okay. That does sound a lot better than how I said it. Thank you. Okay.
That word got tied in a knot in your mouth.
She says, I haven't been paid, I swear. Not yet, anyway. Okay, I'm sure check's in the mail, Cat Ninja. You're doing a great job. Yes. I have to go back and find what she said. Like she said, JuJu Bee, be JuJu delightful or something like that. Is that? I think it was. It was really cute.
Do you know no one's ever, I'm going to confess my secret.
Be JuJu is delightful. It's nice. That's so cool.
It's not true.
Well, let's not discuss that. I thought we weren't going to go there today.
Oh, you know what? I do have an update for everyone.
Uh-oh.
If you guys were wondering about the raccoons.
Yes. Yes. Do tell.
They are back.
Oh.
And
they? Like, how many?
I don't know. The reason I know they're back is because I walked out my back door and my trash was all over my patio. So they got into my trash can and just threw the garbage everywhere. So they are still angry at me for slamming the door in that little guy's face.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're trashing my patio.
So big brothers have shown up, like you were mean to the little brother, and like
yeah, they're like, this the lady? We'll take care of it.
We'll take care of it. Don't worry about it, Junior. We got this.
And you know what's great is they closed the lid on the trash can after throwing everything out of it.
That's so purposeful. It's like a total diss to you. It's like they really are sending a message. Like they close the trash can. Like, yeah, you know you're in trouble. So my question is, like, I know I think I have a good idea about the answer to this one, but really, how bad did you feel as you were cleaning up the trash? Were you like feeling all guilty and like I should have let that little bugger in?
Well, I shouldn't have let him in. I stand by that decision, but I do feel bad for how hard I slammed the door in his face. I didn't have to be so rude about it. I should have just said, "No, sir. No, thank you," and
Okay, so
closed the door.
all right, so we're all behind what happened. It's just, the technique that needed some work. Is
Yeah.
that it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was a young guy.
Mhm.
He, didn't know the ways of approaching a lady. But here's another update. I got a new neighbor across the street,
Oh, okay.
and parked in front of their house is an animal control truck.
What? Oh, so they have like, oh, was this house empty for a while? Maybe
Yeah.
that's where they're all staying.
No, well, it was just remodeled. So someone like bought the house, remodeled it, and now they're renting it out. And
Wow.
this person moved in. And the other day, so I went out there at night and I was like, animal control's here. Oh no, like someone must have called about all these raccoons. Maybe they're knocking on everyone's door.
Oh my gosh. It just could be. Oh, it just could be. We missed this one thing from Fish. He said that his friends had adopted a cute little great tabby and they found out it was a Norwegian forest cat 4 months later when it hit 30 pounds. I feel you. I feel you with that one. This cat was huge. Oh my gosh. But oh yeah, Mrs. Cassandra said that her parents used to feed cats and they turned into a raccoon family. Like seriously, 10 of them out there. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
why
lot.
I mean, I have enough critters in my yard and stuff. That's why I won't feed any of the feral cats out there.
Yeah. So Wrecker says what those raccoons did was next level personal. It really is. Like I'm starting to worry for her now because like if they're next door and they're getting exterminated from next door, if they don't take them away, like they're organizing, like they're pretty smart too. Like they're shutting the doors and they're strewing it right where she walks.
Well, and it is funny because I walk out there and I'm like, why is there like a chocolate chip bag on the ground? Where'd that come from?
Oh, because
And like, like it doesn't register in your mind at
yeah,
first.
yeah, because Cat Ninja called it. It's raccoon trick or treat. It's payback time, boo. Like it's payback time.
Yeah,
You
when
know?
I opened the trash can, all the bags in there shredded,
Mhm.
torn open.
Yeah.
They went through it, picked out large pieces of trash to lay in my walkway,
They did the embarrassing
closed the
stuff.
door.
The stuff you don't want people to know that you were sitting on the couch eating a bag of chocolate chips while watching anime or something. Like you don't want people thinking that. But yeah, they're out to discredit you. You're in trouble. Yeah. Mhm.
If they start a social media account,
Oh
it's
my
just
God.
them messing with me. They're like, look what we did today.
Yeah. I agree, Mousy. It is scary that they had a whole big family of 10. Like they're thinking it's like cats and they're feeding raccoons and it's like a whole big family. Yep. Opossums too. I do know, like, you can be out there feeding the cats and then there you are, it's a possum. And I have actually seen one of my young nieces petting a possum thinking it was a cat, like ran up to it. And we're like, no, dude, no. Yeah.
I did bring the wrong cat inside one time. I had a black
Mhm.
cat and it got outside at night.
Yeah.
And I went outside and in the middle of the street was a black cat. So I just grabbed it and went back inside. And when I set it down, I'm like, you are not my cat.
You grabbed somebody else's cat. Wait, Recker's got a question for you about the raccoons. He wants to know if they had an Italian accent.
Like they're little mobsters.
Yes. Yeah. They connected, then you're really in trouble. It's the raccoon mom connection. There we go. Oh God, this
Next,
is
I find a chocolate chip bag in bed. I
oh,
would panic if that occurred.
oh my God, like under the covers, you pull them back, there's the chocolate chip bag, and you're like, no.
I'm like they're in here.
Oh, worse than that, it's gonna be the empty pizza box. Like they're really gonna do you in, Juju. They're gonna get you. Like that would be it. Oh, Mrs. Oh, one time, Mrs. C says one time when my husband was coming in, one was in the walkway and stopped and looked at him and charged at him until he got inside. Oh, that's scary. They kind of went for him. Oh, mm, that's too much. Like, oh, I think. Oh, I hope they're not.
These
Yeah,
raccoons are organizing. That's
yeah.
what
Well,
we
Ricker
might
said.
all need to be concerned.
He says it's obvious they're sending a message. I mean, you said they closed the garbage.
The fact that they closed the lid. So,
Yeah.
first of all, the trash can lid opens like all the way, it's attached. So, for them to get in and root around and throw things out like that, they have to open it all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
then to close it, I mean, that's purposeful.
Yep. That is. Oh, happy time change there, Cat Ninja. And so now we're only 4 hours apart for what, like 2 weeks? And then it goes back to 5 again. It's cruel. It's cruel. You just get used to it and it changes. Yeah.
Is that when our time changes? In 2 weeks?
In a couple of weeks, right? Everybody, like, I'm not really good. I could look it up. Like, that would be easy, right? Like,
I'm not good at it either. You know, I never changed my clocks upstairs. And like a week or two ago, I'm like, this will change back soon and be correct.
Oh, actually, it's going to be November 5th, so it's not that far away.
That's next weekend.
Yeah, so it's even shorter. I thought it was like 2 weeks, but it's not. This year it's only till the 5th. Yeah.
Outstanding. We get an hour more of sleep next weekend.
Yeah, you would think.
Like, we'll just waste that goofing off.
You have to be able to actually sleep for that to like happen.
I sleep good if I make myself go to bed. The problem is getting myself to do that.
This is true. Oh, now they're talking about what if there's a cookie and is the cookie half eaten? What kind of a message is that? Oh
my God. They
one
start
cookie.
baking.
Yeah, Mousy said the cookie's broken.
Oh no. It's just got little bites taken out, raccoon bites taken out of it.
Yeah.
Crumbs all in the bed.
You know what, Mousy? Any gangster mobster movie I would love to watch. Like, I'm obsessed with all that mob stuff. I love the Godfather trilogy. I absolutely do.
I've never seen it.
No, what? Really? Okay. I don't think I've actually met anyone who hasn't seen or well, you know of it though, right?
Yeah, I know of it. I just have never watched it.
Like if I say like I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse, like
yeah, I recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
But most classic movies like that, I have not seen.
Yep. Cat Ninjas agrees with me. You would think I didn't get an extra hour of sleep. What Claire said. Exactly. You have to actually be able to sleep to get that hour. And we can't. Like, I know I didn't. Well, yeah.
It's true, Cat Ninja. I haven't seen it.
I know, Cat Ninja. We're just going to have to rectify this. We're just going to have a...
You guys have already gotten me to watch more movies.
All right.
Than I've probably watched in the last 5 years.
Before I'm like, I'm quite tempted to end the stream right here, actually.
Just go over and start watching that movie.
Yeah, but like, let me just say, have you seen Princess Bride? I mean, do I have a bigger issue on my hands than I know?
No, that I have seen. I did see that.
Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. That's a saving grace. Because Wrecker and Mrs. Cassandra almost lost their wrenches one time when I found out neither one had seen it.
I remember Mrs. C not having seen it.
Yes,
and everyone gave her trouble for so long.
Yep, Wrecker too. She was not alone. They were in it together. They tried to buddy up and tried to force the issue, like I was being like oppressive or something, but it didn't work. I was like, get your butts in that Discord and watch that movie, or you're out. I was like Attila the Bear. I was just like, I did it all like, but it's a good movie. I mean, you both enjoyed it, right? I mean, it wasn't like torture, right? Wrecker, Mrs. Cassandra, like help me out a little bit here. I know I was pushy about it, but it's so many great one-liners. And the truth is, we use those one-liners so much with all my friends in the groups when we're playing cards and stuff and the games and stuff, that it just felt like, you don't want them to be left out on what's going on. So it was like, It was
Oh, it was for
necessary.
their own good.
Oh, it was. It was necessary, like, to be able to, like, partake,
So, what other movies do you think people must see?
the
Like The Princess.
usual, the usual suspects.
I have seen that one. That is a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was okay, Mrs. Cassandra said. Ah, she's not giving it to me. And Wrecker put the zipper on his mouth. You two, mob meeting
You
after
know
the
why?
show.
Because they saw it as adults. If you see that movie as a child, it's like magical.
I
But
saw
they
it.
had a lot, if they were forced into it. So there's no way they're going to love it like other people.
It's not like I held a knife to their throat or anything. Come
Well,
on.
you said you guys have to get in there and watch it or you're out.
Yeah, but the wrench is not like such a thing that you have to like ruin your life over it. It's a little blue thing on YouTube somewhere. It's like, it's really not that big a deal. Like, come on. Like, it's not like I wasn't. I mean, they're two of my favorite people on the planet. It's not like I was going to disassociate from them. Like, don't tell them that. But
You're like, I was bluffing and they went for it.
yeah. Mousy like sci-fi, and I do too. I like anything that makes me think and is creative. Like, well, you guys know I'm a Black Mirror fan, like nuts. So yeah, I'm into all that. Labyrinth was a good one, Fish Nerd. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've seen Labyrinth. Probably I have.
No. Mousy, I do hope the raccoons are not gonna go for either Wrecker or Mrs. C. Like, they did watch the movie. They could be fine. They could
I'll
be
talk
fine.
to
They
him.
could be fine. Okay, you are so good with the gosh. What record? What is this serial killer stuff you're doing on me now? What is it?
Because you held a knife to your throat.
Jeez. Okay. Like, no.
Look at Mrs. C now. She's like, panic. It's a good movie. No, it's the best movie I've ever seen. I love it.
Oh, I'm like,
I watch it every day.
Oh my god. It's like, they're too funny. Oh my god. Okay, guys, stop it now, mods ganging up on me. Like, you know what the worst thing is, when all your mods unite and think something's funny? Like, you don't have a prayer if you're sitting up here. Like, you're done. I might as well just like just like poof. That's it. They run the show now. I'm done. Like, that's it. No.
They make you watch a movie.
Yeah. Raccoons are associated with the Yakuza. Is that from Dark Crystal? Well, from Labyrinth.
I don't remember the Dark Crystal. Is that like with the Hobbit and the?
No, what? No, it's the one with David Bowie, I think, and Tom Cruise and the other girl. And I think, but I get the Labyrinth and Dark Crystal mixed up a lot. So don't.
David Bowie's in Labyrinth, I think.
Right, the Yakuza movie. What is the Yakuza? Is that the name of it, Cat Ninja, Fish Nerd?
I have the same problem, Karen. I can't sit still that long. So I like either fall asleep, I get bored, I wander off and don't come back.
Mrs. Cassandra feels pressure because she said, besides me, Wrecker can time her out. Can he? Oh, yeah, I forgot. He can. Oh, Mrs. Cassandra, maybe I should make that equal. Hold on. All right.
Are you making it equal by giving her power or taking away power from Wrecker?
No, I want to make her the other kind of mod, but it's not on the side list here. I don't know why.
Yeah, Catnip, but wasn't the Dark Crystal? I guess it was different, and I just lump all those together.
What did they take it away, Mrs. Cassandra? Because it's not coming up as an option. All I can do is remove it. But then if I do that, let me see if it pops up. It's coming right back. Don't panic. Okay.
I've never heard of you do that. I'm looking it up.
Nope, there's only the ability to add the regular. Oh, wait. No, now you go. There you go. I got it. Okay. It's equal now. There you go. You can time him out too. You guys could have timeout wars. I don't care. There you go. There you go, Mrs. C.
Okay, I went and Googled Yakuza, and it still is ringing no bells.
No, what does it say though? Like, help me out here. It's a Japanese mob. Okay. Right?
Legend was a Tom Cruise movie with unicorns and the devil. What?
Yes, and in that Legend was great. I liked it.
I've
Yeah.
never even heard of it.
That was the one with Tom Cruise and the devil and unicorns. That's the one I'm thinking of, Mousy. Thank you. They all confuse me. Labyrinth, Crystal, the Dark Crystal in Legend, it's all the same thing. Yes, called Yakuza with Viggo Mortensen. Ooh, you know what? We may have to look that up. Record, if you're still here, could you add that to the list of movies we got to get a hold of? Okay. 7 was a mind mess for me. Cat Ninja, I don't know about you. That's the one with the Brad
that's the one
Pitt.
where the 7 Deadly Sins.
No, Seven Deadly Sins is an anime that was absolutely brilliant. I loved it. 7 is a movie. I think. Are you referring to the movie with Brad Pitt, the psychological thriller with the box?
Yeah, but that's the one they used. Didn't they kill them all with the sins? Sloth and
Yes,
gluttony
you're
and
true. You're true. The killer does do that. Yes, you're right. But when you said it, I don't know why I thought anime. Like I should not with you. Like you don't watch as much anime. Like not like no.
any anime. I don't watch any.
None. You've never watched any. Like oh.
No, evidently everything I watch is like I don't know where it comes from, but no one watches anything I watch.
Well, in The Usual Suspects, right? Were you ready for that ending?
What is the ending? I don't remember. Is that
Kaiser Sosa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, that was good. That was so long ago.
Yeah, I know it is. It's just like that's not fair of me. Actually, I'm sorry. Like,
what's that guy's name? Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. That was one of his best. Like, yeah, he played the Kaiser Sosa. Yeah, they were trying to figure out who he was. And she said yes, that one, and also yes, the 7 Deadly Sins. So okay, thank you. That's the movie, and I love movies like that. Like me, I'm all into the anything to do with crime, drama, real life serial killers, all of that stuff. Like I watched all the movies that were related to Ed Gacy, and stuff like that, or Ed Gein. Okay, like Silence of the Lambs. The villain puts on the skin suit.
Oh yeah,
that comes from a real life serial killer who took skin off of bodies and stuff to make like apparel to wear.
Yeah, and he had like a belt made out of nipples or something, didn't he?
He did, and he had ears for like the pulls on the shades, and he had a lampshade that was made out of like a face, and like yeah, it's pretty gross. Like, and it's real. Like you can find real photos of it and everything. You're welcome, Mrs. Cassandra. We should have an even playing field, especially between you and Record. Like, you've been here and supportive for incredibly, and this way you guys could play tag together. I don't know, whatever.
Angel Heart. I've never seen that one.
Angel Heart with Mickey Rourke. That had Lisa Bonet in it, right?
Oh, I've heard of that one. I haven't seen it, but I know everyone knows why I've heard of it.
Oh, okay. Because of the voodoo, right?
Well, not the voodoo. Because isn't there like a controversial sex scene in that?
Isn't there a controversial sex scene in almost everything anymore? Like even in Lamb, okay? Like we were just like there's like gratuitous or controversial sex scenes in everything anymore.
But in that Lamb one, I was like, is something gonna happen? Or are we just what's going on here? Like
I think once we saw, okay, spoiler alert, not that you're all like biting at the chomp, you're biting at the bit, like chomping at the bit. That's the saying. To watch this psychological thriller, horror, whatever it is.
Wait, before you say anything, would you recommend it to people to watch it?
For the ridiculousness of it, yes, I would. Yes, I would. I would say that. I mean, because it was enjoyable. We were a bit freaked out, were we not? Like, well, it did what it was supposed to do. We squealed. We were like, "Oh my god! Oh my!" we like we had reaction to it all along. We were
Well, I
very
was like
disappointed.
nervous at the beginning,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm like, nothing is happening.
But it would yeah, exactly. The end is like because it started out that way and then it went nowhere. Nowhere.
Did go nowhere.
It went nowhere in a big wasteland of Iceland, a beautiful scenery, but you felt like you were nowhere when you got to the end of this movie. The
And
way it
at
was
the
written.
end, when everyone's quiet, but not like stunned, like that was amazing. We were all like, what?
Yeah. I was like, did I
That's
fall
what
asleep?
we just did with our life for the last few hours.
I did a double take. I was like, did I fall asleep? Like, did I miss the ending? That can't be the ending. Did I miss the ending? Like, and I was afraid to ask you guys. Like, I was like, well, they would have said something if I was snoring, right? Like,
I also swear that was edited out of order. Like there were scenes in there where I'm like, that scene doesn't make sense.
it is one of those movies that does make for a good conversation afterwards, even if you're just scratching your head going, what did I just watch? And like, what about that scene? Remember, we were talking about the one scene in the marsh, and we're like, why? How did he get there? What did it happen? What
I
is that
know,
supposed to
because he
mean?
was like in the house,
And then not.
running through the marsh, and then he's back in the house, and I'm like,
Yep.
what? That doesn't
Mhm.
make sense.
Yeah.
That's like if I edited the movie, and that's where I'm like, you fall asleep for a second, you're like, I
yeah.
don't know, leave that clip in there.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, speaking of that, for all of you that are Discord members, we'll probably be doing a movie again on Thursday. Maybe. Let's see. But like sometime.
I mean, I
Thursday.
like bad movies too. I actually love bad movies.
I used to love making fun of all kinds of movies with my brothers and my friends. I do enjoy making. I loved that show, Mystery Science
Theater
Theater.
3000, yeah.
Yes, and all they did was make fun of the B movies, the horror movies, and everything. Like the big giant rabbits that came and like attacking and killing tomatoes. Like, come on, and you just sit there
Okay.
and make fun of it the whole time, and it's
But those
it's
are
just
the
gorgeous.
movies like my dad rented for me when I was little.
I know, but they are cheesy B movie bad, right? Like, come on, they're like the best of the bad movies.
But what has happened is now I do not have discerning taste in movies. So if
Well,
I want to see a movie, you should be like,
you
we're
mean
not
it has to
watching that
be?
movie.
Yeah, it has to be as bad as the slime, huh? Like, remember the slime, the blob, the blob.
Oh, I remember the Blob. Yep.
Yeah,
You,
Mousy, it was badly represented. Don't you agree about Lamb? The best part about Lamb is the trailer. Just watch the trailer.
yeah, if you you're gonna get more from the trailer than from the, and it was like Lamb was long. They
Yeah.
could have cut a lot of that out,
Yep.
like
And it's in
90% of it.
and fair warning, it's an indie film and it's in subtitles.
Also, don't look up what the director says about it because he's like, I don't know.
He says nothing. He says
Yeah.
nothing in a whole lot of words. It was very frustrating. He was like, and don't watch any of the videos that say ending explained because it's clickbait. They don't explain anything. They're
Yeah.
doing the same thing we are right now, going, I have no idea what I just watched. That's exactly what every video said. Like only with a lot more words. Like Cat Ninja says Sharknado. Like which one? There's too many. Like there's too many. And like if you put Tara and Ian in a film, like I know it's B movie bad. Like it's the flip side of something. I was actually rooting for them to get eaten by the sharks.
Is Ian the one who was on Beverly Hills 90210?
Yes, him and then Tara Reid, the other one. And like I've never sat through a movie so much wanting people to get devoured by sharks so much in my life. Like actually, I'm like rooting for the sharks. Every Sharknado movie. Like
You've seen all the Sharknadoes?
I'm almost forced to with, Juju. Have I told you I have brothers? It's not like actually something that I go out of my way. As a matter of fact, when Shark Week comes, I panic because I think I'm going to get forced into another viewing of all this stuff. Oh gosh, Wrecker, you can't do that to her. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to get like
Moonfall.
Moonfall is the most unintentional movie of just bad guffaws in just funny. It actually stitches together everything anyone ever said in an exploration movie in every movie about anything like that, it clips perfect, it matches perfect scenes, but it's all new actors and everything. There is not an original word in this movie. Like Record and I were like looking, oh, this is from this movie, this is from this movie. Actual sentences and verbiage and everything back and forth. It was so bad. It's the one with Holly Berry. And it's about, the world, something terrible happening to the world and they got to get off the planet kind of thing.
Oh, I vaguely recall hearing about that one. Yes.
We laughed. We watched it because I don't like to watch movies alone. So I watch with people in the Discord like all the time. All just about everybody in the Discord has watched something with me because I don't like to watch things by myself. So Ricker and we watched this movie. We were laughing. We had more fun picking out where the everything was coming from, like what other movie, it was, but it has got to be the worst movie ever that year it came out. That besides the new Batman, where I'm really upset that they made Batman emo and he doesn't know how to kiss. He had the hot girl and he did the fish lip thing. And the whole movie, I was just so absolutely disgusted with the last Batman release. Like, absolutely.
Do you know I've never seen any of the Batman movies?
Oh my God, I'm a big Marvel fan. Like, I watch everything. What about Deadpool? What about Doctor Strange? Like, what? What? Spider-Man?
Nope.
No. Oh. And you wonder why I say I could barely tolerate being around you anymore. Like, really?
No, do you know somebody called me one day and they were like, listen, you do not get any reference that I make to like any movies or shows. And they got really angry at me and they're like, I've stopped doing it because you just don't understand. And I'm like, you're correct. I do not.
Yeah. Karen, I agree. As far as black and white movies, Night of the Living Dead, one of the scariest things, totally classic. Like, if we're going to do a horror film fest, that has to be in it. But what is this, Fish Nerd? I'm sorry there, Juju, but what is a sharktopus? Like, do you know about this? Like, you knew about Sharknado.
I've never heard of Sharktopus, and it sounds frightening.
It's an actual movie. I know they did the ones about the crocodiles too, right? And they did a whole bunch of those.
I haven't seen Dusk to Dawn, but I know a guy who has that tattoo on his arm, and it's smoking hot.
Salma Hayek in that movie. She was the sexiest villain, nightmare material ever walking the planet. That woman was. Oh, that scene. This, of course, it's Quentin Tarantino, so like, it's going to be all that, just like the Kill Bills, just like Desperado with Antonio Banderas, like shooting up everything in sight. It's so much overkill, but it's done so cheesy well that I love it. I'm a big fan of Quentin Tarantino, if you couldn't tell. Like, he's out there and I'm all for it. Him and Burton. I'm all for Tim Burton too. He's crazy. Love it.
I do like Tim Burton's aesthetic.
Yeah, I just love it. Cat Ninja, this American Werewolf in London top soundtrack, aces. I totally agree with you there. If you're going to do a horror film fest, you have to add that just for the soundtrack. Everybody needs that.
I've never seen
awesome. It. No, what? What? Wait a minute. Is this like? Wait, is it? Are you? Is this the new thing? It's not really Halloween. You're like gearing up for April Fools. Like, this is a joke, right? Like,
no, I really haven't seen any of. I only watch movies. Like, I don't watch movies. That's just.
No, you're addicted to that other channel, aren't you? Where the pseudo movie lives.
No, I only watch those from Thanksgiving to Christmas.
Mousy, did you notice she knew exactly what I was talking about when I said pseudo movie? Like,
yeah, the mix and match movies. I love them.
Mix and match. It's like the same plot, the same people, just put them in a different location. We'll rename the town. Maybe we'll change the weather.
Yeah, but every 4 or 5 years they get a new set, and that is exciting.
But there's always a guy, a girl, the family, and some little kid. Like, they do rotate the pets, though. I'll give them that. It's okay.
Okay, Fishner. I had only seen the first 3 Star Wars until relatively recently. And I dated a guy who was real into Star Wars, and I told him that I'd never seen any of the newer ones. And on his way home, he saw on a license plate, it said like Obi-Wan. And he goes, I have an idea. You should come over and we will watch these movies. And not only did we watch them, but he would pause them and explain.
Oh,
It did sound annoying, but it was actually.
It's
And
actually informative. I will admit that I did learn a lot about another genre that way. Like I do appreciate someone taking the time and telling
well,
giving
and
me
then
the
sometimes he would
backstory.
quiz me. He'd be like,
Yeah.
and what planet are they on? We are looking for Tatooine.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
so I have seen the Star Wars.
Oh boy. Well, I don't know. How about Star Trek? Like when they get into that big debate, everybody goes Star Wars or Star Trek. Are you able to answer? Have you seen any Star Trek, the old stuff?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've like that was on TV when I was little.
Oh,
And people watch that.
it's okay if it's not your thing. It's not like everybody likes different stuff, and
Okay, first of all, everyone should know this. I did not grow up in a house where people really watched TV. Like
mhm.
that was
We had very little ourselves. It was mostly reruns of things like at some other time.
yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't have cable or anything, and the TV was in the basement, and you didn't turn it on during the day. It was like an after dinner thing,
Hmm.
and if like I was the youngest, so I never got to choose.
Mm. Well, it is. It's like we are actually a product of how that goes in the beginning and what we decide. Like, what?
Yeah, so I
It,
don't. I end up like I don't watch TV.
yeah. Cat Ninja has a question for you. When you say first, you mean the episode 3 through 6, like Return of the Jedi. The Luke and Leia
Yeah,
part.
like the
Yeah,
70s ones.
yeah, yeah,
I saw those.
yeah. Yeah, I understand Cat Ninja, but I think I pretty well put it right where you meant. Like the first ones that came out in the 70s first, and then it looped back. That was very confusing for me. Like in the franchise, how they did that. Like they did the middle of the story, and then they prequeled the story, and then they aftermath the story, and did it. I don't know. I get so confused about the whole thing. Well,
Well, I have a big complaint because Luke and Laura's mom, is her name Laura? No.
no, it's Leia. That's General
Leia.
Hospital. JuJu.
I was like, Laura's not right.
And I'm only laughing because I did the same thing. Did you hear me? Like before I said Leia, I said Laura. No, Leia. Like Princess Leia. Okay, it's not Luke and Laura, the big wedding from like way back with that hair. And oh my god, that was a recap. Like everybody makes fun of that. Like you got to watch the old one of that. That's so funny. But anyway, what about the twins you were saying, Luke and Leia?
Oh, well, their mom like fought so hard to have them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, as soon as they're born, she's like, well, I give up and just dies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I was like, that's stupid. I don't believe it.
And that's part of the prequel. Like we don't even get to know that until like well after, right? Like, isn't that the part where Anakin turns into Darth Vader?
Not right then. He doesn't. Is it right then? He
Well,
doesn't turn into Vader until later, does he?
well,
I don't know.
don't
It's
know.
been a
I don't
while,
know.
and maybe I
It
wasn't
all
paying that much
bleeds. It
attention.
all bleeds together to me. So I'm sorry, Star Wars fans, don't come for me. It all bleeds together. So I just know that he was upset, and she had the babies, and then he goes crazy, and then there's the whole molten lava scene where he loses his legs, and then
Yeah.
and he burns, and he fights his mentor, and yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like the guy who taught me about the movies is going to show up at my door and be like, you
And
learned
it's like
nothing.
you like I taught you better than this. What is
Yes.
like I spent all that time and you were not paying attention. Like it was
Like, you're correct, sir. I was not.
it's like JuJu, you never take me seriously. Like, I hear you.
I'm like, I remember blue milk and Tatooine.
Okay, there you go.
And one time I was at the butcher shop and then I was like, what do I want? And the guy went, you want a porterhouse? And like waved his hand at me. And I go, did you just try and use the force on me? And
Yeah.
he said, I did. No one ever catches that. And I'm like, I'll take a porterhouse because I appreciate what you just did.
Yeah, that is cool. Yes, Juju, you shouldn't know that from those films. Oh man.
Oh, they made it seem like her and the twins died.
I know they did. It was very sad. There's a lot of parts of that was like very emotional.
Yeah, that's why I blocked it. It really
Hmm.
was too emotional for me. And I'm like, no, I don't
And
recall it.
yet I love mob movies where they're killing each other. Like at least there's a code there. Like I get it. Like I can watch a mob movie because I know what's going to happen. I'm like, oh no, damn, you shouldn't have talked. Like they're gonna come torture you. I hope they pull your fingernails out. Like I'm just like I can get into it because I understand like what's gonna happen, the process. But if you throw something at me that I'm not ready for, I get all like emotional about it. Not mob movies or serial killer movies because you can expect it, or like the Halloween movies or any of the fright movies where you hear the music and like they show you the basement door and you're sitting there going, "Don't go in the basement." Like you shouldn't go. Like why are you going in the basement? Like something happens to them.
I
Like,
did always like the Freddy Krueger movies, the
mm-hmm.
Friday the 13th,
Yeah,
because I think he has like the most clever deaths. You
he
know, when
does.
he killed the deaf guy with the pin, like you could hear a
Mm-hmm.
pin drop.
Yeah, it was that is pretty cool. But Pinhead too. Like I like
Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Yep. I remember the first time I ever saw Pinhead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If we're going to talk about those clever deaths and stuff like that, pinheads for me. Also, Final Fantasy, where like you cheat death and then death finds you.
Oh, yes. I
Mm.
did see those movies.
Do you know I still can't drive behind a truck that has anything
Logs
protruding
on
off the
it.
back of it because I'm like that's gonna come through my windshield. Like I'm out of here. Like I'm changing lanes. I'm a lane changer. Here I go. I'm changing. I'm over. I'm going. Yep. There we
As a
go.
person who worked in logistics, do avoid those trucks. They are not safe.
Yep. And just like
Final Destination. Is that what Claire said?
yeah, is that what they are? The Final Destination? Is that it? I said Final Fantasy, but it's probably not it. That's a video game.
Final
Yeah,
Destination. I've seen
I
those.
agree.
Those were
Yeah.
good.
Hmm. That's the one we're talking about with the logs and stuff where you cheat death. Oh, Charlie is famous. Like Charlie did. I avoided this movie. I read the book, Stephen King, it, right? And it scared me. And I wouldn't watch the movie. But Charlie got me to watch both. And I only squealed and yelled a little bit, like because I wanted them to hear the movie. But I was scared. I that there's parts of that movie that absolutely freaked me out.
See, I watched the old version of that because John Ritter was in it.
Yeah. And he we actually watched both of them. We watched number two too when they got older and they went back to save the other kids. And yep. Hellraiser 3 or 4 was one of mine and my husband's date night movies. Those were scary. Yes. It's a good thing you got along because I'd be grabbing onto somebody during those. Like that is scary. They,
There's only one movie that effed with my head mentally. And I was like, I'm sad that I live by myself right now.
yeah.
And that was Hostel.
Hmm. Hostel was awful. Like that made me very uncomfortable. I actually watched that. That made me very uncomfortable.
I saw it in the theater and we went on like a Tuesday night or something. I don't know. It was a weeknight. And when when I got home, the guy I was with, he drove away and I was like, I should call him and have him take me with him because I do not want to be home alone right now.
Yeah, like
And when
no.
I went to work the next day, my coworker goes, "What happened to you?"
Yeah, it was stage snuff film. I agree, Fish Nerd, but they did it well enough that it scared the heck out of me. And Charlie, I do agree. The It movies were so well done. It really was a good movie. I don't regret watching them at all. Like I would recommend them actually. I would say watch them with someone because I'm like a baby when it comes to that stuff. But it was good. And
See, in Hostel, remember when they slit that gal's like Achilles tendon? I still
mhm.
have flashes to that.
Well, how cruel was that? You see, the thing with Hostel is just the intentional cruelty of the things that were happening that
Yes.
really unnerved me. Like, mm. Yeah. And the stuff they did for effect. I get it. It was like a stage snuff film because like they were doing things for effect. But damn it, when you do it right, it works. It's staged or not, it got me. Like it really did. Yeah.
But they cut her Achilles tendon. She couldn't run away.
I know. I know.
Nope.
Sean made you watch Dream Watcher and you liked it. Well, that's a good one. No.
I don't know
Yeah.
that one.
Charlie, what's the name of the one with Nicolas Cage and the butterflies? Is some kind of theory? The butterfly theory? Is that it? Or the
The butterfly effect?
the butterfly effect? Yeah, that was pretty mind warping, you know.
I haven't seen it. But I've heard of it.
You've heard of it. She knows all the movie titles, and then she knows that she could say afterwards, I didn't see it. I don't know. I know that it's a movie. That's it. I didn't see it. You're not a King fan nerd? I am actually. But you know who is a good quick read that I really, really like for this kind of stuff is Kuntz. Dean Kuntz.
Kuntz, yeah. I used to read him a lot when I was young.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's Ashton Kutcher figures. Charlie's going to. Thank you, Charlie, because you know I'm terrible with these. Why did I think it was Nicholas? Oh, he's in the Straw Man one, isn't he? The matchsticks or something.
I don't. You say Nicolas Cage. I think Raising Arizona.
I think of the motorcycle rider with the flaming skull. Or the race car movie. What's the one where they steal the race cars and stuff, Charlie? Like that one.
Fast and the Furious?
Yeah, no. Nicolas Cage was in one that was different. It wasn't that
The
serious.
Italian Job?
Was it The Italian Job? I don't know.
I don't think he was in that. I don't know. I'm just saying movie names now.
I know. I just saw The Italian Job, and that is I'm very impressed because that is a car stealing racing movie.
Who's the guy in that? He was in Rounders. Ed. Is it Ed?
Oh, yes, I know who Ed you're talking about, but what's his last name? Gone in 60 Seconds. Thank you, Charlie. That's the Nicolas Cage one. What is you're thinking of going? Yup, yes, I am, Fish Nerd. Charlie nailed it too. Yup. And
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton.
Thank you, Charlie. That is who I'm thinking. He didn't want to do The Italian Job.
No, he didn't. Why? Like, it was so good.
Somehow he had signed a contract to do like 3 movies or 5 movies. I don't remember the details, but he didn't want to do that one, but contractually he had to.
Well, anyway, Cage is in another one that's kind of like the butterfly effect, but I think it's called the Matchstick Man. No, it's not called Face Off. That I know what that one is. That
was just trying to think of Nicolas Cage movie.
And it was Travolta. I remember that. And they switched faces. Like, I remember that one. Okay. Ed Norton is actually a huge prick. You know what? He kind of has that kind of face. I can believe it. I can actually believe it.
Yeah, I believe he is. But I like his movies, or I used to. I don't know. All I remember is Rounders and
that's it.
The Usual Suspects.
Matchstick Men is Cage and Sam Rockwell is Con Men. No, this was like a different thing. I don't know what. Okay, I have to remember what I'm thinking of, but it was kind of like the Butterfly Effect, where it was one of those psychological dramas, and it was about some kind of power that he thought he had, but it ended up to be delusional. It was like really weird. I'll have to think of what the name of it is, but I knew he was in Matchstick Men. I just forgot what the movie was about. But thank you. Charlie is so good at this. That's why he beats me every time with the challenge, because when it comes to media, movies, music, all of this, like, he has the deets.
Should we do movie reviews? And it's you inaccurately describing the movie.
It is me inaccurately.
It's just me saying,
and
I
Charlie,
didn't see it. And then Charlie comes in and is like, guys, this is what actually happened.
It's like, just ignore those girls and just listen to me. Like, forget those women up there and just listen to me in the chat, because I know what's going on. Because
I'm talking about a movie I watched in 1984.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, I did see this one, though.
Yeah, because now, Charlie, you know how you put quotes in somebody's nickname between their first and their last name? It's going to be Charlie Dietz Welsh from now on. Like, he's got the deets on all this, the detailed information, the stuff you need to know. Yeah.
I used to date a guy that was he picked out great movies for me to watch, and every once in a while I'll still call him and be like, hey, do you have something you can recommend for me to watch?
Oh, God. That's awesome though. Do you keep a list? Like I used to, I'm a nerd. Like I keep a list of books that I want to read that I should read. You know, I
I
keep
have a
a
list
list
on
of
my phone.
movies. I keep a list of movies that I'm interested in watching if it comes up. But then I often forget what's on the list or what it's about. Like I'll see the name of the movie and I'll go, I have no idea what that is. Like,
Yeah, or I go to like look for it and I'm like, where did I hear about this movie or TV show? Because it shows up nowhere. But I have it on the list. Because I keep a note
oh,
in my phone for it.
mhm. Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage is a Lovecraft thing that got to me hard. Charlie, we should watch that then. Where can we find that? Yeah, don't watch Jeopardy with me. No, I wouldn't. Because
I
like
love watching Jeopardy.
I love to do that. We used to watch that with dinner. We used to play Jeopardy. Like it would be in the background. Like we wouldn't be seeing the TV, but we could hear the questions from the other room. We would leave it on and we would yell at each other across the table all the time with the answers and stuff. Like I love Jeopardy, but I have a feeling no one has a chance against Charlie Welsh in Jeopardy.
Oh,
No one.
yeah. I didn't say I was good at it, but I will
Yeah.
give it a go.
Yeah, but Charlie, that Color of Space, like we got to try to find that movie because things don't get to you too much. It's usually really, really good if it gets to you. But
What does Lovecraft mean? He said is a
H.L.
Lovecraft thing.
Lovecraft is an author. I believe that's what he
Oh,
means.
okay.
You don't know Lovecraft, the guy with it's his sci-fi dystopian stories. Oh my God, that's the ones he reads on his for his reads on the vet, his character and all. No.
No. I mean, I feel like I would like him. HP that.
Yep,
Recognize.
HP. Yeah, not L. See, I said L. HL. It's HP. See, the man with the deets. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that. That must have been cool, Charlie. Your detention teacher in high school would let the winner of Jeopardy go home. You got to play Jeopardy in detention.
We had to be quiet and
they made us be quiet. That was so hard. They practically made us sit on our hands. Wow. Hey, Cheryl.
You know what? I will tell you this. Hi, Cheryl. My principal played on a softball team with my dad, and I got so many detentions I could not serve them all by the date required. Wow. So I had to go to his office, and he's like, when can you serve all these? And I go, I don't know, by April. And he was like, sounds good to me. Wow. So he gave me like 6 months to serve them all.
JuJu, you were that bad? Like, what the heck?
No, I wasn't bad. I
don't know many people that had so many detentions. It took them 6 months to actually serve them.
Listen, I talked a lot.
You know, I talked a lot too. But thankfully, I had tutors at home and they couldn't do a damn thing about it. But that 1 year of high school, it was rough, JuJu. It was really rough. Like, they were all like, all the teachers were like, who asked you? Who asked you? Like, do you think like this is a one-person show here? Like, who asked you? Like, there's a whole class here. Sit down and shut up. Like,
but see, I would go to detention and read my like books for the classes, and then people in the classes would get mad because if they were talking, I'd be like, actually, on page 424 it says, and I quote, and they would be like, how do you know that? I'm like, detention, man. I've read the whole book in there.
4-hour-long detentions?
Yeah, because sometimes you have to like bust out a whole bunch at one time.
Yeah, but he's got 4-hour-long detentions and they have a TV in the room, JuJu, and he got to watch it. Like, this is not detention. Like, I know detention.
We did not have a TV in our detention room.
We were lucky if we got a window to look out to daydream. Like, that was like a perk. Like, come on. Like, wow. Yeah. You were a bad kid, Charlie. It sounds like you're like it wasn't so bad to be in detention. Yeah. I don't know.
Bad kid, good at Jeopardy. Yeah.
It served you well. It served you well.
Did you ever have to do Saturday morning detentions? Those blew.
We used to have to go in on Saturdays. Yes, I remember. Well, I didn't. Let me just tell you about my brothers. Okay. They spent many a Saturday there. That's how I know. I don't believe I ever spent a Saturday in detention.
I mean, I didn't have that many, just a few.
6 months worth, Juju. Like, I don't think you ever get to say I didn't have that many detentions ever again. 6 months worth of detention is like it's almost a whole school year.
Well, I mean, I didn't have that many. He gave me a lot of extra time to complete them. I don't remember his name, but I know he played at softball with my dad, and I would go to the games, and I would always go Tony. And my dad would be like, don't call him that. That's inappropriate. They put police in Georgia schools.
They put them actually in the school? Like, wow.
The police came to our school like afterwards when everyone was leaving. They would sit in the parking lot. But
Fishner said his detentions were an hour sweeping the basement. Like they made them do chores. Wow. What? That's more like detention. Like, but I don't know.
Yeah, we just had to sit in a desk and zip our lips.
Do you just think back, like we always say this stream is about nothing, and like how does it end up about all kinds of like pets, cats, raccoons, horror movies,
detention,
horror stuff. Like, wow, it's pretty good. We covered the Halloween. I must say, you look really good in your ears.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they're new.
I should have showed up as a raccoon to harass you, but I just yeah, I didn't want the raccoons coming after me.
Like, yeah. Or did you talk to the raccoons and they're like, listen, don't blow our cover.
Yeah.
We got a real trash thing going on here. I mean, I think that raccoons are having meetings and plotting against me. I told you about the day I thought they had fire out there.
Wow. They did, yes. Well, you thought that there was fire out there, but it wasn't. It was a reflection in the water of the lamp. But you thought they were burning down your backyard. Like, you have a very interesting life. Like, I would love this. Like day 287. The raccoons showed up with blowtorches.
Well, I could see them out the window, and I was like, something is on fire back there. What are they doing?
I know. You see, like now I'm starting to understand why the raccoons want at you so bad, because like you're making there's so bad people's like bad little raccoons out there burning down the neighborhood and stuff. They're really just trying to defend themselves. And
like maybe that raccoon was trying to warn me about something, and I slammed the door in his face.
Yeah, I don't know. Raccoon lives do matter, Charlie. I do. Trash pandas. That's what they are. Trash pandas for the win. And they are trash pandas. They are decorating her deck with the trash, as they do so well,
It's actually my patio. Nothing was up on the deck that I know of.
That oh gosh, I hope you don't find it like you go to sit down on cushion crinkles and it's all full of like
the whole trash can's just right outside my door when I go back there.
Hi, T King. Nice to see you. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up in a little bit, but we're having a nice chill Sunday here, talking about nothing and everything and something.
It is a chill Sunday. You can tell we're a little tired.
We are. Like even the laughs are like hard to. Even the laughs are a little too much effort right now.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll get you back next weekend.
Let's see. It's like I can't even, like I'll just like
It's still fun. It's still relaxing. It is relaxing. I enjoy this stream.
I do too. I do. Like I said, I really do. I mean it. I like to start my week like this, because I do a lot of research and stuff like that, and I'm always reading and preparing, and there's always that last minute drive to get everything ready, and then like whether or not the computer's going to agree and work with it and all that stuff. This one's so easy because it's just me and a mic and you and a mic, and whatever happens happens, and it's fun. And it's also dangerous. You kind of, you never
Why is
know,
it dangerous?
because it
There's no
actually,
plan.
well, if you've been because there's no plan, and it's the type of personality I am. I never not have a plan about anything. And so, like, and especially with YouTube, like, I kind of, some of my other stuff that I do, as you know, is a little more thought out, and you need to prepare for it. And I actually do prepare well in advance, and I kind of know what's up and try to keep it in control. But can't do that with something like this. And so it's refreshingly unnerving. It's kind of like that, you remember you're alive kind of thing, like when you get the goosebumps or the tingles or like anticipation, or like, when you just don't know what's going to happen. And like, honestly, Juju, could it not go like all bad, like really bad? Like, it could. Like, think about it.
I mean, could it though? Like, how bad could it go?
Well, between you and me, probably not really, but
Just
like,
everyone in chat starts cursing.
yeah, like, but if you think about it, if everybody says to you, like, if you're running a YouTube channel and they go, yeah, we're just going to grab a mic, go up there, and whatever happens, happens. And they're going to like, are you nuts? Have you been out there? Do you know what can happen? And we're like, yeah, well, okay. You know, well, but to me, it's like, just the not knowing is kind of cool. Yeah.
It's a little like a delicious gamble.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, you're right. It does have parameters. It can't get like so horribly bad, but you just don't know what to expect. I mean, there could be dead air.
I know. Yeah. The dead air makes me laugh real hard now.
The
Because
dead air panics me. Like, I've been so conditioned. Like, everybody always told me, Claire, you'll be fine. Just no dead air. Like, no dead air, Claire. That's the rule. No
I
dead
know, but
air
in
on you.
natural I mean, I get no dead air because I've done that before where I'm listening to something and then you're like, did it turn off? Or like, did something happen because it's quiet?
Mm-hmm.
But in natural conversations, there are pauses and
There are.
dead air.
There is dead air. There's time to ponder, to think. Like, if you don't have it, because here's the thing: if you don't have anything to contribute to the conversation, or you just don't have anything to say, you just don't say anything, right? And there's
Although I
going to be
do
dead air.
think, I will say this, we've discussed this like behind the scenes because you would be like, you have to talk. And I think that I had trouble at first because I was used to not responding to you. Like I was used to being in chat.
She doesn't hear me. You hear that? Like, yeah.
Well, no, I mean I
No,
hear you,
I'm
but like
playing. I'm
I'm
playing.
used to like,
Yeah.
you would say something and I'd be like, that is interesting, and like have the thought in my head but not say it out loud.
Mm-hmm. And here, all along, I actually thought you would be actually watching the video and talking back to me constantly. Like, seriously, because like sometimes in the chat, that's how it is. Like, I'm talking about something and you've got the counterpoint there, or we go back and forth in either agreeing with me or not agreeing with me, but there was always interaction. So I literally would picture you like walking around with your cell phone, listening with your earbuds in, and talking back to me, going, no, Claire, that's not with no. Like,
I
wait a minute.
disagree. I think
Like,
Sarah Boone is crazy or whatever.
right. I think Sarah Boone should have went with the insanity plea. Like, she would have got off. And I'm like, she's not crazy though. She's manipulative. She's a psychopath, but she's not crazy. Like, there's a difference. Now, people will say a psychopath is crazy, but if they can actually function, they don't get to use the crazy defense, right?
True.
Right? Because like, all right, we all know Lori Vallow's crazy, right?
Yeah. I think Sarah Boone is just a drunk idiot.
Yeah, and we all knew Letitia Storch was crazy too. But,
Yeah.
right, because they can function in normal society and they know right from wrong. Like, that's the basis of the crazy thing. Like, being like out of your mind with different morals and this, that, and thinking things that are normal that aren't normal. That's crazy to all of us, but it's not illegal crazy. You know what I mean? It's not legally crazy. Well, yeah. I always just pictured you like walking around arguing with me on the phone. I don't know why.
That's kind of fun though. Like, that it's really like an imaginary world we're all hanging out in, and
No,
it's different to each one of us.
it is. It absolutely is. Well, yeah.
No, I'm usually sitting on the couch if I'm in a chat.
Mm. No, Mousy, I can relate to this. That your kids were shocked when they found out that you were not good in school, like that you had issues, that you actually were a bad child or got in trouble. Because like when I found out that my mom ran away from home at a really young age and did all this stuff, I was shocked. Not my mom. Like my mom was a bit prudish and like I could not, it could not relate. It did not compute, so to speak. I was, what's the word? Flabbergasted. Yes, I was. It's perfect. I was just like, no, that just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. I kind of feel for your kids. Like I get it. But we're human, right? It was before we were parents. Like before, I get it. Now I get it because I'm a parent, but like then I didn't. I was just totally gobsmacked.
Well, I'm still mildly confused by it
Yeah,
because, whatever age I am, I'll be like, man, my parents were this age and they were instructing other humans how to be better humans. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like
it,
every year as an adult, I'm like, oh, nobody knows what the hell's going on.
exactly. And yet we're all just human, and we're in that. And it's just it's hard when you're a child though to look up, or you have someone who's your authority figure. They are teaching you right from wrong. They're telling you the way of the world, teaching you the ropes. You're looking to them for guidance, and then you find out that no, they were just like when you have a child later, you figure out that they were just as messed up as you. Like,
Yeah. Or like
there,
I was
there
mystified
is no
because I have
plan.
friends who are
Yeah,
teachers,
yeah.
and I'd be like, you are going to be in front of students tomorrow, like
Yes, like
molding their minds. And
yeah, put
tonight,
put that third bottle of wine away. Like,
yeah,
come on. Like,
I'm
no,
like, get out of that alley.
a lot of my friends are teachers, and I'm telling you, yes, the parties and the stuff, like, yeah, you're like, wow, and you're going to be in front of third graders tomorrow. Wow. Okay. But yeah, but it's different. Like, we're all human, right? And I'm not disparaging them. Like, they're all human. They don't do anything that crazy. It's
No,
just,
but it is
it's just,
like odd. I'm like,
mhm.
we're rip roaring drunk, and tomorrow you're going to teach
Yeah.
math to children. That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense in my brain.
Yeah, everyone on this planet, like Cat Ninja said, is winging it. And
Yep.
I totally get behind that. And that's why I am such a stickler about people who judge. Because I'm like, really? Like, you're not flesh walking, blood in your veins, human? Really? Like, you think you got it all figured out? You're going to be telling other people how they should be doing it? Really? Okay. Okay. Like I don't. I'm like, call on your own bullshit, people. Really. Like seriously. The minute that you think you have it all figured out and can be telling everybody else about it, rest assured you do not. That's the way of the universe. Period. Like rest assured, when you think you've got it all figured out, you don't. There's
I'm
always
going to tell you who does have something great figured out, though. Mrs.
Mm,
C, because she uses our streams as like chore time. She'll be like, listen, you've got to stream on Friday. I
mhm,
need to clean the bathroom.
mhm.
I'm like, I love that so much.
Well, she turns like the things you have to do that you don't really want to do into something that you actually have control over, because she's still doing something she wants at the same time, which is brilliant. And I
Yes.
I I think that's the best way to tackle anything that you don't really like. You got to do it. Everybody, like, we got to clean toilets and mop floors and do dishes. And some people love it, but some people don't. But if you can find something that is enjoyable for you, or that you have control over to do it at the same time, then you don't feel like trapped to the chore. You don't feel like a slave to the labor. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I think it's brilliant. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it because she just went, time to get serious and cook.
hmm hmm I'm all for the doing two things at once kind of thing. You know.
Well,
Well,
that's why I love podcasts or YouTube, because you can, like, making dinner is better when you're listening to somebody ramble on about something.
I've heard that. Like, just people get into my DMs and they're like, you know what I like about your YouTube is I don't have to watch it. I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm not saying I'm not listening to it. I'm saying I'm not watching it. Like I don't care. Like you have an avatar up there, you put a presentation. I don't really care. I'm listening. Period. That's it. And it's like you in a lot of people in the beginning said just kill that YouTube thing. Just do podcasts. Well, that's a really hard market to break into right now. Um, like the just the way that it's everywhere and there's so much like this. It would just it just sits
Yeah.
there. It just sits there. It's hard to get it out. Like. So no matter how many times, like I did the culture conversations, no matter how many times you spread the link or whatever, they can't search it and find it without coming across a million other podcasts first. It's all,
Yes.
and it's kind of pay for play. It's a little discouraging. I mean, but they say if you stick to it, you can be really successful. And I think that the people that are doing it, I give them hands down. It's amazing. I just, I couldn't get my head around like how to get it to move forward. It's not that I give up though. I'm still going to do it, but
Well, a lot of podcasts are on YouTube too, though.
they do. YouTube actually did a service for me. They like for everybody. They actually look at your videos now, and if it's mostly just talking and not a lot of visual, they actually label me as a podcast. And
Really?
they have a whole big section now of just podcasts. Yes, and I have to say that 80% of my content comes up, but maybe not 80. A good portion, I'll say that because I don't know the exact number. I would have to check. A good portion of my contact is coming up as podcast.
See, I like it. Yeah, I like any show like yours where I can like turn it on and go do stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm making dinner, I can go like in and out of the kitchen and
Mm-hmm.
I just turn my TV up real loud. Then I can walk around my house and
Mm-hmm. That's true. I get that, Mrs. Cassandra. You do get distracted too about the chat. Well, that's you could just take that as your little break from what you're doing, and you just do a little chat, and then you just go back to what you're doing. It's
do
cool.
you ever get frustrated though, Miss C? Because you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go focus on this chore. And then like the second you walk away, you're like, I need to respond to that. Like whatever the
Yeah,
person is saying.
yeah. Like I have to address that. Let me go. Yeah, I'm always of two minds with that kind of stuff. Like, do I? Don't I? Mm,
No, only when I get real riled.
mm. Yep, she said just now, like right now that happened. Like she was probably doing something like chopping vegetables, whatever. She's like, damn it, Juju, now I gotta respond to you. Like,
It's like right when you set your phone down or whatever you're
yep,
typing on, and you're like,
yep.
all right, no, I'm focused.
I
I
hate
dice
that.
these onions.
Hmm. And then ping, ping,
Now, fish
ping.
nerds bother. What did we decide on for dinner?
Yes.
Don't answer us, Mrs. C.
Yeah,
You
don't answer.
concentrate on making your dinner.
Yeah, she's cutting sausage. Ow! Oh, be careful. Okay, be careful. No,
Also,
I don't
I'm
know.
on a real sausage kick lately. So tell me more about what you're cooking, actually.
Yes, what kind of sausage? Italian sausage, spicy or regular? Or like what's going on there? Like
Both.
I like a lot of sausage too. I'm a big connoisseur of European sausages, Polish sausages. I like English bangers, those short, fat, stubby ones that you make all crispy. But I like regular breakfast sausages too. All kinds, chicken sausages with feta and spinach. Oh, like garlic sausage. Oh my god, you could stop me at any time, Jill.
No, I'm listening and nodding along because I'm like,
I know
yes,
she's like,
that.
yes,
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 that.
that, yes, that.
Yep.
But I always have some kind of sausage in the freezer, especially spicy sausage. I'll take it out of the casing and make something with it. I stuff. I love to stuff squash with it. In stuff, make like a stuffing and stuff things. Yeah, I like to unstuff the sausage to turn it into stuffing.
Cat
Yeah.
Ninja, Sausage Fest then.
Well, who doesn't? Wrecker, stop that. Wait, sausage fest then? Yes, Cat Ninja. I like, you like
Yes,
what?
Sausage Fest.
Sausage. Spicy sausage, Wrecker. Make a note. I like spicy sausage. Yes. And sliced sausages, pan fried with onions and diced potato. Fish nerd, that reminds me of my favorite meal. Maybe we should end on that. What do you think, Juju? We can
Yeah,
wrap it
what
up.
is your favorite meal?
Your not your favorite meal, but like your favorite comfort food, like your go-to that you make over and over again if it's just you. I'm not talking about pleasing a crowd. I'm talking about something that just makes you incredibly happy no matter when you're eating it.
Onion soup.
onion soup is a really, really good one. Mine is those English fat sausages, bangers, like really cooked really, really well, right? Cabbage and onions cooked to the bubble and squeak. And
Mm.
Cat Ninja, you know what I'm talking about when it gets all crispy and like all bubbly, like to that effect, okay? And then pierogies that have been pan fried just lightly, okay? And give me some sour cream and some applesauce. And then please, please, please give me some pickled beets and pickled cabbages on the side. That is my comfort food. It's like all my nationalities and all my favorite things, like all in one place. And I can make it. I've always got the pickled beets and the pickled cabbages in the cabinet, you know. There's always frozen pierogies from the Polish market. Like they make them fresh and then I wrap them up and I freeze them, and it's just so simple and easy to make. It takes like less than 20 minutes to put that on the table. And I'm just always so happy when I eat it. And the pierogies could be either potato and onion or cheese, like either one. I'm down with. Boom, like every time.
See,
Like
when I
I,
make onion soup, I have to like get on it in the morning because it takes like 6 hours to cook, and then it's got to cool down enough to put in the fridge, and you eat it the
Mhm.
next day.
Yeah. You see, Cat Ninja speaks my language here. Banging bangers. You know what I'm talking about. Those short chubbies that they're all crispy. Like you cook it till it's so crispy on the outside. And then when you cut it, the sausage, it just like the juice in it. Oh, they're just so good. They're just so
Now I
good.
want to make that.
Yeah. Well, it's just very comforting for me. And I serve it in like, those low bowls, the wider low bowl that you can have. It's only like an inch high. So like it's not a plate, but it's not a big bowl like a soup. And I just serve it like in a bowl like that. And I'll just sit there and eat it till it's all gone.
You know what else I love? Obviously, macaroni and cheese.
Well, that's a go-to. Like any time of the day or night. Midnight,
Yes.
breakfast, lunch,
Cold, warm.
cold, cold, warm, however.
But I
Yeah.
like it when I make too many noodles and then
Okay.
I pan fry the elbow
All right.
macaroni.
All right. I'm going to show you why Charlie Welsh is my best friend. You want to know why? Here. I'm going to tell all of YouTube why he's my best friend. So much innuendo, so little time. I'm sorry. I'm going to make him blush because Charlie Welsh is the best accent or exclamation mark on any sentence or any conversation. If you could put a little Charlie Welsh in there, you got a good one.
What a compliment.
That's it. I can't say enough about him. Like I do enjoy him as a human.
That
He's
is a beautiful description.
Sorry, Charlie, I didn't make you blush. And sit down, Ricker. It's not like that. Sit down. Sit down. Like, it's like, okay. But everybody knows. Like Charlie is an exquisite human being, and I'm very happy to call him my friend. Okay. Now I embarrassed myself like beyond. Okay, sorry.
Don't be embarrassed. That was one of the best descriptions for a person I've ever heard.
I'm really banging them out for you these last couple of days, aren't I? Because that's like
You
the third
really?
time you said that to me about something. Like that's the best way I've ever heard that described. And I'm like, I'm doing the word thing here, Charlie. I think I'm back.
You're back. You're back,
Yeah.
baby.
I think I'm back, baby. Language in check. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Maybe a little. Thanks, Charlie. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah. Oh, yes. Cat Ninja says she knows all about those bangers. Yes. You know what? It is an English sausage. That's where we get them from the English, from what we call, what is it? An international market? Like where you can get all different, stuff from like Moments of Clarity. Stop it, Charlie. Anyway, you're distracting me now. Knock it off. But you have an international market where you can buy like Polish or Indian or Japanese, Chinese, like all the different ingredients for cuisines that you can't find in the regular store.
Yeah. I mean, most of ours are separate, but yes.
Yes, see, one of my other favorite people here. Not that you're not all my favorite people, because like if you're in this chat, I'm pretty fond of you. Like I love interacting with you, and I'm fun with all you. But
I love Mippet.
Yeah, she says I've been listening, been lurking, and Charlie is a lovely soul. There you go. No.
And we
Yeah,
all need some bangers.
we do all need. I would recommend if you watch this and you heard us, like we highly recommend the bangers. And they're supporting the chat. Cat Ninja is supporting the bangers. I mean, Juju, do you support the bangers? I support. I would say everybody needs to go out and find a good banging banger.
Yep.
Yep.
We all need a bang.
Well, yes, that's another one of my mottos. Like, yes, I often say that also. Like, you cannot be unhappy if hmm, you just get a little happiness. Please yourself, people. Brats are good. I will have you say that Charlie has me convinced that brats have to be put in the excellent sausage category. Okay, and I was not a brats fan before, but
Really?
Charlie's love of bratwurst in like how he does it, and he actually does it in the patty and stuff, and there's all these different ways. In the way he describes it, made me actually put it in the okay, that is acceptable sausage and worthy of putting up there with the bangers and stuff like that.
Wait, Charlie, I'm intrigued. I need to know about that. How you do that.
Yeah, he does. Get yourself a good banger. I'm with you, Cat Ninja. This is like should be our motto. It should be a channel statement. Yes. Brat patty.
I do love a brat patty.
No casing. That's what he's talking about. And he makes it into a whole thing. He just describes it. And when the way he describes it makes my mouth water. Like, because he's fond of it like that. Just like I am with the cabbage and the onions. Like, and you start to go, oh, I want to eat that. Like when someone's passionate about something like that, and they make you want to try it or get interested in it, or you just, yeah, he really sold it.
All right, next week, let's all bring our favorite recipe to chat.
No, that would be turning it into something. We can't do that.
Okay.
Wait,
next week,
I mean,
just show up here.
Yeah, just show up. And if you bring a recipe, great. If you don't, great. Like, just do what you're going to do. Bangers and mash. Yes. You're speaking my language, Cat Ninja, although I'm not from your country, but that's my language. That's why they say I'm Jersey peeing. I'm so in, like, English mustard, too. I forgot to tell you about that. When you have a good banger like that, either get the horseradish or bring out the English mustard. Oh,
both.
I got to tell you.
I'm a horseradish gal.
I love horseradish. I love the beet horseradish, the one that you turn like red with the beets.
Mm-hmm.
I love raw horseradish. I love wasabi, which is Japanese horseradish. I actually have powdered wasabi that I put in my mashed potatoes. I love it so much. That bite of horseradish at the end. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to try that, Juju. It's awesome.
Yeah, I never make mashed potatoes, but I should do that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I like them. I just don't. I don't know.
I love.
I don't know why I don't make them.
Do you think they're like a fancy thing? Like
no,
when I was growing up,
I
thought they were a fancy thing when I was growing up, but they're really not. Like scalloped potatoes, that's fancy. Well fried potatoes, that's pretty fancy because it takes so long, right? Like that's a treat. But mashed potatoes, I used to think that was the piece de resistance because we had it with roast. If mom made a roast chicken and she served mashed potatoes, we were all happy. If it was roast beef, anything like that. And now I'm thinking, no, that's just the status quo. Like,
that's like the easiest way to cook potatoes.
I mean, not to diss on mom, but hey, mom, where's the scalloped potatoes? Like, where's
we never really ate mashed potatoes. I mean, we ate them on like Thanksgiving.
What about twice done potatoes? Here's one for you.
I mean, I've had them, but no, my mom never made them.
Have you ever roasted potatoes, either the small little round ones or a bigger potato cubed up, and then when it gets soft, you smash it down?
Right? I do that on occasion.
And you flip it over, and then it's crispy on both sides, and all like I call them like twice baked, like smashed potato. Like that's my smashed, not mashed potato. It's roasted in the oven with olive oil and salt and pepper. What is this? I know. You see, somebody's going to get me. Okay, I love kibasi. I love that. Cabbage rolls, pierogies. My Ukrainian husband's family. I love a few Spanish dishes, but not so much. I think that's why I was skinny. I'm picky and I grew up in a Spanish home and I don't like Spanish food. Well, there you go. But the Ukrainian food, the Polish food like that, that's very much the European cross between the Irish and English and Polish. That's the heritage that I'm looking at there. When I say I'm Jersey pean, that is that is definitely all of the foods that were there. Hungarian goulash, like I got a triple pepper pork roast that will like you put in a slow cooker that will just like knock your socks off. It's like so good, so good. But yeah, kielbasi, Polish sausage, the garlic one, autistic shield, like it's a mild smoked sausage, Juju. You know?
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know what all of that is. I just don't
Mhm.
cook any of it. Like, I mean, I live by myself. I'm not making all that crap.
Oh no, but I
I mean,
mean,
I love it.
yeah.
I love to eat it. I
Mhm.
just am not that motivated.
No, it isn't unless you're cooking for people. Like I get that because I do not cook for. I could talk this food, but I'm not in the kitchen every day cooking anymore, and I have not been for a couple of years now because, as like Juju said, I'm on my own, and I'm not going to do that just for me. But I will make that dish with the cabbage and the onions, just like you will break down and either make a big pot of chili or onion soup, right?
Well, yeah, but then I eat it all week.
And then you eat it all week. Or you could freeze the onion soup as long as you don't do the cheese and all that other stuff. Like you could freeze the
No,
base.
I have like a trick for how I do the cheese on the onion soup. But no, I
Mhm.
freeze it all. And I have
Yeah.
little containers that I can freeze them in like single servings.
Mhm.
So, like,
Yeah.
that's what I do with all that.
Me too, Charlie. Like feed me. Like what's for dinner? Like I'm hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Like I gotta go eat now. Like that's it. But this was a very lovely Sunday, Juju. I know you
It
love
was a
talking food.
nice leisurely Sunday.
I like when we end a lot of conversations with food, don't we?
We do.
I mean, like, I'm surprised. Like the way I talk about food, I'm surprised I'm not like 700 pounds. Like I am. Like seriously, I love food. I love to make people happy with food. I love to talk about food. I love learning recipes and cuisines. Like I get right down into the base of what that cuisine is all about and learn how to make it. Like it's fascinating for me. And just
I would not call it fascinating for me. I used to be more into it, and now I'm like,
mhm.
just not anymore. I don't know. I
I
keep
love
trying to get myself back into it.
Look at this. Mousy, that is the nicest pseudo innuendo insult I've ever read. Like, because, like, the world's going to talk about this, but actually, it's a compliment. Thanks for nothing, Juju and Claire. Yeah. You know.
I know, that's so pleasant though. Thanks for nothing.
Mhm,
And we're like,
mhm.
you're welcome.
Well, you're so welcome. Cooking with Claire, I would love to do that, but I would have to go on camera to show you how to do it, unless you want me to talk you through, because I could do that. I definitely. And everybody knows if you ask me for a recipe, I'm right on it. Am I not, Juju? Like I'm right on it.
Yeah.
I have them. I've got the goods with that.
I'm
Like I
about
do.
to make the roasted red pepper soup recipe you told me.
Mhm.
That's coming
Mhm.
up on my menu.
And I
Although
actually
I am going to write Wolfgang Puck a letter about that
really? Why?
because his roasted red pepper soup was the first I ever had and I loved it. And I cannot find his recipe for it.
Really? Is it in one of his videos? Like didn't he do a cooking show? Maybe it's with that?
No, I've searched I cannot find it.
Well,
So I'm
well
going to
now you
write his
now
team
you
a
put it
letter and be like,
mhm.
did I
Okay.
imagine this? I
All you
didn't.
all you internet sleuths, you know what to do to make you happy. Let's just find that Wolfgang Puck roasted red pepper soup recipe.
It changed my life. I still remember eating it.
Is there going
Like,
to be a prize if we find it? Like
um, I don't know what I can do for you, but I will
did
do
you
something amazing.
Okay, did you see you always do something amazing. Like it's like so easy. That's like your go-to. So that's just the standard. Like Mippet found the bears, the little bear avatars that I put in there. Thank you, Mippet. She's got me on fire. She's got me being cool, and then she's got me muted. I think it's time to go, Juju. I think that was a subtle message that we're running out of time. Like here. I love you,
What the
Mippet. I do love you, Be like, what the puck, Wolfgang? Exactly.
I
Yes.
am. I'll be like,
Yes.
where's this roasted red pepper soup, sir?
I dare you to put that in the email. What the puck, Wolfgang? Like, what the puck is going on here?
I'll put it
That's,
in there. He seems like he has a good sense of humor.
I think so. Charlie's nailed it. Yep, I think so. I think so. You
What
know,
the fuck, Wolfgang? I can't
yes.
find this effing
E-
soup.
Eternal gratitude for the recipe. It sounds like she loves it that much. Yeah.
It's just so good. You know, when you, it's like so perfect. It's also great. Like, you don't feel like cooking. You just
Yep.
have some of that soup. You make a grilled cheese,
Yep. I'm
dip
like
it
that
in
with.
the soup.
Mhm.
You have a quick salad with it. Bam. Delicious meal. You feel
Mhm.
warm on the inside. Your soul feels alive. You feel like you were just given a hug.
It's true.
It's
It is true. Although I do have to mix it. I can't do just roasted red pepper or just tomato, which is the classic with the grilled cheese. You know, that's an American classic lunch, people. You dip it.
mm-hmm.
It's just great. I have to mix the two together. I actually make a roasted tomato and roasted pepper soup. And it's got like garlic, like a little
Well,
flavor.
that's what I wonder if that's what he did. And I'm just,
I'm almost positive that's what he did because I used to watch him and it came from somewhere. I didn't just make this up myself. I mean, I'm
I mean,
clever, but I'm
yeah.
no culinary genius. Like I get my ideas from people and then I go with it. So I'm
Well, and
sure it
that's
came from
pretty
somewhere.
standard, the roasted red pepper and tomato soup. Almost all the recipes have
But
both
it
in it.
was made with roasted tomatoes. Like they literally fire roasted those tomatoes in
Yeah.
the oven with the garlic and the peppers all
No, that's what
together.
you do. You put it all
Mhm,
on a cookie sheet.
mhm. And
And
they
then,
roasted it all together and it was good. Hey, hey, Rocket Couch. I'm glad you didn't completely miss it. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had an excellent weekend. I really do. And thank you, Karen. That's a lovely compliment to say thanks for nothing. Actually, I like to see that in the chat. Thank you all for nothing, like in everything, you know. And Wrecker, I'm glad that you enjoyed the polenta. Wrecker just learned how to make polenta because I was talking about it. See, I can get people interested in food that they've never tried before by telling people stuff. And he actually saw it in a store and was curious about it and learned how to make it. I give him good credit for that. So there you go. Yep. Like
see, I always say I'm a good eater. Like, I'm
I
a better eater than a better cook.
am an excellent cook and I'm an excellent eater. And I do appreciate the effort that people put into food.
I do
Like
too. And even if I
I
don't like it, I'll eat it and you won't know I don't like it.
Is this shit content? Absolutely, it is, Mrs. Cassandra. I am quite proud of my shitty content. Absolutely. Actually, because actually, when they said that to me, I didn't even take it as an insult. I was like, "Thank you very much. Now you're going to be my shit content. Come on my show." I am like, "Yep, shitty content. Like, why not? The shittier, the better."
It's nothing content.
I figure if I put it out there and tell them it's nothing, it's shitty, don't watch, like then nothing they say is going to bother me, right? Like nothing. I don't know. But
I'm with you. I'm with
oh,
you.
you are. And thanks for another lovely Sunday. But I think we're going to cut it short before we hit the 2 hour mark. Like it's my goal. And oh, I do have a link to drop though. Hold on. There is someone streaming after us sometime. I don't know the exact time, but here's the link to Mousy. Says she was going to put something out, and the thumbnail looks really interesting. And I think I'm going to go to the chat because like there's snails on that thumbnail, and you know me and the snails, right?
That snail is flying on that thumbnail.
Yeah, that's it's like jet fuel. Like yeah, yeah. It was like it was very cute. It's a flying
It
snail.
is a really cute thumbnail.
Is it a snail or is it mousy? Like, or is it a mousy snail or snail mouse
What'd
or
she call
mouse
it? She
snail?
called it something real cute.
Half a snail. She said she was half a snail now. And I'm like, she is.
She
Oh,
called
snail
it,
nation, a snailibration or something.
yeah, a
Something.
snailibration.
Yeah, a snailibration. It's a Halloween snailibration we're going to have over there. Ren is live. Oh, record. Send me a link, boo. Dude, don't just do that. Drop the link for everybody if you can, but you probably can't because you're on your phone. But I'll go look. Oh, I love Ren
Oh, I
too.
was gonna look it up for you and I can't drop a link in there, so
Oh,
never
you
mind.
can't. Oh gosh, do you want a ranch? Oh God, you want a
No,
ranch? Oh
I
no.
do not.
Oh,
No, no.
no. You could send it in my DMs though, and I can go watch. I can go watch. You
Oh,
know,
that's true.
yeah, true. Mm, I could actually let me just see.
Is he live on YouTube or Instagram?
Is it YouTube or Twitch or what? Like, Record, if you could still hear us, because he's at work, so I don't even know what he's doing.
I bet it's on Instagram. It's not on
It's
YouTube.
I don't see it on Ren unless it's on his Ren Makes Music channel on Instagram, because there's nothing here in the lives. Only 10 days ago. Oh wait, here, there's some links. Oh, that's because it was only a couple of minutes. It was 2 minutes ago, and it was on the other one. Ren Makes Stuff. Yeah. Thank you, Record. Like, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep, Rin.
Yeah, he was on there for only a couple of minutes. They're reacting to Harry Mack's freestyle, which is awesome. Harry Mack is also awesome. Okay. All right. That's kind of cool. Thank you. But we're gonna go over to Mousie's and then we'll check out that. In Wrecker and I just watch a lot of Rain because we just enjoy him. Yeah, Ren, your English Ren. The guy from Brighton, Cat Ninja, like that area. He used to be on the beach. He used to do all of that stuff on the side of the road, like how they hang out and do it. Yeah. Yes, Cat Ninja, I love him. Like, yes,
I'm like,
that
just wait. Cat Ninja will drop some info for you.
Listen, no, and Ren, right, Cat Ninja? Ren just beat Rick Astley is number one in England for most albums sold, like number one. Number one. Yeah. Yeah. Harry Mack is a real level freestyle rap. He is. He's the guy that walks up to people on the road, Juju, and he says, "Give me 3 words," and then he does a whole rap on it.
Oh yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah. That guy is like, whoop. Yeah, he beat out Rick Astley, Cat Ninja, and Rick Astley actually put out a video congratulating him. Like, I am so happy because here's the thing, and some people don't know this. Ren is an independent artist. He has no record label. He is now number one in England with no backing. It's all him.
Good.
That's it. It's
Through
him,
those record
his
companies.
team, his friend. He got ill when he was 16, and Sony Records dropped him. And I hope they're crying in their milk, their saltines, their Coca-Cola. I hope they're weeping every night as they watch him skyrocket because he is so incredibly creative. Can you tell I like him, Juju? Like, I get so passionate.
I know,
about
but I
things
love that he's independent and those efforts aren't making money off him.
It is. And he is totally independent. He owns it all. He's totally independent. And he's a damn decent, genuine person. Like, he's an average human. He lives in the humanness of it all. Okay. And I love it. I just love it. I mean, I was, as far as rap goes, when I first found Ren, I didn't think it was rap. I just thought it was brilliant creative genius. I didn't even know that was the genre. Like, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to wrap it up. Thank you for that little tidbit, Record. Looks like I got to expand on Ren, and I found out Cat Ninja loves Ren. Like, that's cool. Like, that is like
Cat
so
Ninja
cool.
The best.
Yes, totally cool. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to have had you all here and to hang out with Juju on a Sunday and get ready for the week. I hope we have a good time over at Mousie's chat too, and we see what those snails are up to. I heard there's assassins over there. Like, I don't know. I'm a little weird. I can't wait to see some snail on snail action. Like, I want those assassins to not eat all of those little buggers that are taking over the tank. Like,
I'm sorry.
Like, I want to see them gone.
Did you see when Mousy threw them in there? Like, she just chucked them in the tank.
Cat
and they just started climbing around.
Cat Ninja, like, I will oh gosh, like, hold on a second. I will actually put my Discord ID here in the chat. If you have Discord, just give me a friend request and so you can send them to me or anything. Or if you have Twitter or anything, all of my stuff is on the back.
Yeah. OnlyFins does make me laugh every time.
It does. OnlyFins. We do the snail on snail action. Would the snails actually be OnlyFins though, or is that like only trails? Like, what would that be?
Only trails.
Prawn hub for the shrimp. I like it. Like, you got to make one for the snails, Charlie. That's the challenge. OnlyFins is the fish. Like, some of those fish really need it because they've been going at it. There's a lot of babies, right, Juju? Like, there's a lot.
Yeah. Like, but then also I don't know, grown-up fish. Go ahead. took out a lot of the babies.
I know, but you know what? I gotta say, Mousie's got some of the most fertile aquatic waters over there. That, like, come on, like
I know. I told her, I'm like, quit
everything
pouring
is breathing.
champagne into the
It's like
tanks. Like
I want to.
everything's getting knocked up over there.
Yeah, does she have like aphrodisiacs that she puts in the water or whatever? Like she's trying to.
No,
Like,
Mousie is magic. Like
she's like
things
what?
that she cares for and love, like nourish, like flourish and grow and just become out of control.
A reproduction haven over there. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
and she's like, "Can you imagine if I tried? Like, look at this plant." I'm
Oh,
like,
oh,
"No,
Wreckers. Oh, go
oh,
ahead.
no,
Sorry,
what
he
did
said
Wrecker say?"
only slime about the snails, but that's if they don't have a shell. Then they're those slimy, sluggy things. Yuck! No, that's not sexy. Okay, go ahead, Juju. That's not sexy. I'm just saying, that's not sexy. Go ahead.
No, no, we're good. Let's sign off. Shut it down.
Let's shut it down. They brought the slime. I'm out of here. Let's go.
Everyone head to Mousie's. She will be going
Yeah.
live.
Yes, and then we
later.
could go expand on what we were saying about the fornification of aquatic life over there and what's going on. Like, yeah, it's like we'll see what we're gonna see. You know, yeah, homeless snails are slugs and they're gross. Cat Ninja, just saying. Like,
Slugs are gross.
yeah, they really are. All right, everybody. I'll see y'all later.
Bye, all.
All right. Thank you, Juju.
Thanks,
Again,
Claire.
thanks so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll be streaming. Okay. And on Tuesday too. All right. Have a good one. Bye all.
Night.